We're live. Hey, it's glad to be back. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of those great things that have passed. Um, I'm just happy to be alive because I was really, really sick. But welcome to Men of Biotropics. We want to say thanks for having us, and we're gonna just get right into it, do what we do, and we're gonna. I think we're gonna start spicing it up with a new year. We're gonna just bring in some new ideas, some fresh, innovative things that we want to just get off our chests to help men and women out there who are starting off your new year and all your dreams and aspirations of those goals that you have for the starting year. So first off, I'll let you guys say hello, and then
Happy New Year, everyone.
anything you want to get off your chest to get started.
Oh man, happy New Year! Glad to be back. Just today, we just kind of want to touch on talking about starting the new year off on the right foot, leaving all those bad habits and excuses behind in 2024. Let's get off on the right foot in 2025. So I think let's just kind of touch on what that entails as far as self-recognition and accountability, holding yourself accountable. You know, delaying what needs to be done. Making excuses. I'll get to it next week. I'll get to it next week. Let's start now. You know, as we keep making excuses to next week, that just compounds, right? And then before you know it, it's March.
And then we didn't get anything done.
We get nothing done.
And you're 20 pounds heavier.
20 pounds heavier.
You know what?
And pissed off a lot.
Things escalated so quickly.
Then you're even more pissed off.
And then you need
Okay, so how about you? Let's hear from each of you then. Okay, so how do you come into a new year? Do you set a goal? Do you set a resolution? What's your way that you say you do that you say goodbye 2024, hello new year? Or have you done it yet too? That's a good question.
Yeah, you can start that one off, Rick. Well, let the trainer start with that.
I've been doing this a long time, and it's a personal thing for me. It's a personal thing. It's a feel good, do good thing. And some people love working out. I had this conversation with one of my clients yesterday. She's like, no one wants to be here. Okay, that's not true. She's like,
I swear it wasn't me.
no one likes this. I said, okay, well that's where some people differ. I like the gym. If I don't work out, I lose my shit. I gotta work out. I have to have my time. I have to do my thing. And there's other people coming there and they just go through the motions and they're never going to change because they're coming in and just doing the bare minimum. If you're just doing this and looking around and there's cracks in the ceiling and all that kind of stuff, you're not pushing yourself. You're not going to see change. And I mean, granted, it's better than nothing, but you actually have to push yourself and get through it. For me, at my age, I'm getting old and I don't want to be like some of my clients that come in, and I've seen this over the years of working for American House and seeing the people that just deteriorate so quickly. I don't want to do that. So that's when Pat offered and introduced me to Pat, come work for the company and stuff. And then we learned about I'm learning about the peptides and all that kind of stuff. It all goes hand in hand where I don't want to be like my clients at 55, 60 years old that can't walk already, that can't do this, can't do that. And that's why, you know,
So
for me, it's
So
personal.
your
I've seen it.
motivation is I'm getting old and I ain't about all that shit.
Right, I'm gonna be 90 years old in the nursing home, a pain in the ass, but I'm still gonna be able to get around.
oh, but I recognize that, man. For me, it's kind of the same thing. I lived in that basement of depression and getting up and looking at myself and be like, man, I don't like what I'm looking at. But a lot of these people don't know what to do, right?
And everybody just look at Pat. So you start looking out, look at his shoulders, his arms blown up. Yeah, right. I mean, he walked to the gym. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah. I feel better. I feel good.
You know.
Typical trainer at the table.
So, okay, Rick's like, look at his shoulders. I can't stop looking at him.
I didn't say that.
But so Rick kind of like what I'm hearing from Rick's point of view is that like this is just who he is, and so it's not so much as a new year. It's just continue to be consistent and do what he's always done. So
Because of my past jobs, I just don't want to be like my clients. You know that have come in it and sure it worked out 20 years ago when they didn't.
Yeah.
And then they it's too late, and they want their that's.
So new year, more you. Are we having like
New year.
You know, and I will say this: at my
Yes,
age,
you were not.
I'm starting to learn that I
Make sure
can't
you're
lift the way I used to.
Make sure
We're
you
doing a mic
technical
check.
difficulties. We got mics now.
We got mics now.
We're all
How do I
professionally
know if it's on?
we're doing the green light. Is there a green light on the front?
No, I'm not.
Okay, hold the button down on the side until the green
I
light.
don't think Jack can use the mic though.
I know. She comes.
Rude. Wait, now it's like blinking many colors.
It's gonna stop and turn green.
Okay, so we're good.
Okay, now you're good.
Okay.
Okay. I just
The good thing is it's all streamed, so you can hear me on all the other places too.
So yeah, I just want to make sure we could hear everybody, but didn't mean to cut everyone off or cut off. You know, everybody was putting in good thoughts there.
All right, so Rick continues on in his years. He just keeps doing. He stays consistent. He doesn't need to set a new goal because it's continued to be him. What about you guys? Did you wake up in 2025 and say this?
Well, I woke up
set a goal
more.
for something?
I woke up more in 2024, saying, you know, and post 1 year retirement. You know, I'll be 2 years retired in July of 2025 this year,
Mhm.
and it's more for me. It's like my motivation is to get as much money as I can out of this pension, like they got out of me.
Mm.
I mean, I know that's kind of like a selfish thing, but at the same time, it's a rewarding thing because it's going to reward, you know, my family. They're going to benefit
It's
from
not
it.
selfish.
You know what I'm saying? And I earned that fact of that. So you know, with the military pension and the, you know, I have a lot of things going on as far as, you know, both sides. But the thing for me is the motivation is, you know, I want when my grandkids are 18 years old, I want to still be able to go out and check them, you know, and show them, look, this is like I did with my sons. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's time for them to start playing football and time for them to start playing sports, that they can't say, hey, pop, come out there. No, I can't. Pop's knee will blow out, or you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's always that possibility as you get older. But I think for me is the lifestyle that I see for me and Jackie having, you know what I mean, is like I'm not gonna go do her marathons with her,
Rude.
but I'll go do a 5K with her. You know what I'm saying?
You could sit at the finish line and drink beers.
Yeah. You know,
That's
like,
support, Jackie. That's support.
that's not my aspiration. My aspiration aren't to be like out there running, but it's to be able to, you know, if she says, "Hey, hon, I'm gonna be going to do this 5K in 3 weeks,"
Yeah.
you know, I get bored sitting over there waiting for her to pass the finish line. I might as well go out there and be active too, and get my steps in. You know, so it's I think more of it for me this year. This year is all about just being more involved in life and going out there and living it, but being able to do it. Because you can't do it if I get up from this chair and I go to the front door and I'm already out of breath. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
But I like what you said when you first started off. You said, I want to make this about enjoying my pension, right?
Mm.
What is it? Does it matter how much money you have if you can't enjoy it because you're not healthy?
Mm.
Does it matter? Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, what if I'm a millionaire and I'm sitting in my house all day long and I can't do anything?
Do you know how many people I used to see at the nursing home retire, make all that money for years, never go on vacation? They go, "Oh, when I retire, when I retire, when I retire."
Yeah.
Then they retire and have a heart attack, a stroke,
Yeah.
or they can't. Then they can't anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's where
Now they have all the money in the world, but they can't. Before they could, and they still could because they couldn't afford it.
right.
They
Well,
just
that
they
was
don't.
the scary part of my profession is for a while when I was on, a lot of the guys that were retiring were either dying from heart attacks and different things, or they were committing suicide because they couldn't handle the fact
Yeah.
of where they were in life at that point.
Yeah.
And it was rampant,
I mean-
especially in policing. It's just
Yeah.
like, and I didn't want to be that statistic. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I think it also is just that time frame or that maybe that age. You know, I watched my father bust his ass his whole life. Retired at 65. You know, lived 5 years and died.
That's
You know, and that's something that I don't want to do. You know,
Yeah.
I want 70 years old to be. You know, I still got another 30 years left.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, so
70 years old, you can run around with your
man.
grandkids.
No, seriously, it is my motivation. You know, part of me starting this up and doing what I'm doing. Motivation comes from the loss of my father.
Yeah.
You know, and feeling like he had so much time left that was taken because he just wasn't healthy. You know, so and that's something that still hits me to this day. You know, there's something you can do about it. You know, there's something you can do about it.
Speaking of, how much weight you lost?
well, from being sick and everything. Total, with the sickness helped push a couple of them pounds out.
It don't
He
matter.
said to me today, he said, "Don't matter.
Don't matter. You
Long
lost.
as
It don't matter.
you still got the muscle. You made it off."
It happened, right? It happened. How much weight you lost, Brian?
So total. So when I retired, so we'll go back to when I retired. When I retired, I was probably about 364, 365 in there somewhere. And now I'm down to about 312.
Damn,
That's a lot of work.
So,
you lost a little
Something
person.
pounds.
you know, and I think, but the difference is though, is that it's different because, you know, I used to sit there and always dwell on, okay, I need to get more pounds down. Need to get more pounds down. But when I look in the mirror and I get on some of my clothes, like today when we were at the gym today, I had but I had the sweats on, and before them things were skin tight. But today I'm like, damn, Rick. I was at the gym. I was like, damn, Rick, these sweats right here. I said, I can't afford to buy new clothes because they were so big. They were all flopping off me and stuff.
Yeah, but you're
So-
walking around with 50 pounds lighter. That's got to feel good too. I mean, it's got to feel good. It's got to be heart. It's got to be lungs. I mean, you know, everything. And, you know, you and Jackie coming to the gym together, that's also a huge thing for couples to come to the gym. You might not work out and train together, but when you get up and you go together, that's huge because it makes it easier. So you don't want to know what's she doing. She waiting for me to get home to go to the store. He did that. You know, that's a huge thing when you go together. You go do your thing, his thing, or you work out together. And that's also a big part of it. You know, the whole healthy program.
But
Yeah.
I think part of all of it is to, you know, what triggered you or how did you decide or what made you decide to go down this route,
Yeah.
right? What did you recognize? Like,
Great.
what was it? You looked in the mirror one day and you said, man, I just don't like this.
I think what I recognized is when I retired, it was like, well, what are you gonna do now? You know, it was part of it was that. And then the second thing was like as soon as we got down here and we started ramping up, we were constantly just going. You know, and we were always at the pool, we were always at the thing. And then I'd be at the pool and like I noticed it myself with like, okay, I tend to wear you know, white H shirts. We'll be politically correct on this show. But I used to wear white H shirts all the time, and I used to literally wear them in the pool. I wouldn't like go without a shirt in the pool, you know. And it was I didn't really care. I mean, the person I had to impress was there with me,
But I
You
think
did care.
you did.
but I
care.
did. I realized that I cared then.
But, and it took time. So to get you there, not to help
Yeah.
you get there, but
Yeah.
let's help you get there. Because you know, it's something that people listening right now are probably gonna need a little support in too. Like that moment that comes. But the moment didn't come because you retired. The moment didn't come for an entire year after you retired.
Yeah.
You spent a year eating your way through the couch.
Yes.
Right. And so there's this mental health aspect that you got stuck in.
Mhm.
And then something triggered. So that's what Pat's getting at is like, okay, so but something some one day made you say enough is enough. Do you know when that moment
And
was?
that moment has to happen in everybody.
Yeah.
Because it's a decision that you make, right? It's a decision to either stay where you're at or keep falling, keep getting worse and worse and worse, or you make a decision that day that you're going to change, right? You're going to figure out what it is that I have to change. You're going to figure out the path that you have to take. You need to envision in your own brain, in your own mind, where do I want to be 6 months from now? And it's not, you can't envision yourself. Like for me, I was 240 something, you know, and I said, hey man, I need to get back down. I mean, 190 pounds. That shit don't happen overnight, right? So you have to have small goals first, right? Create some small goals and reach those goals and then create more. Write them down. Write your goals down, you know?
A good friend of mine texted me tonight and said, Rick, does this work? And it's this chair yoga. And so I watched the video and it said, after 6 weeks, my wife fired her trainer. And I'm like, no. Okay. And then she's like, Rick, does this work? And she said, well, last year I was walking, I was doing my push-up. I go, well, try it. Anything you do is better than nothing. Okay. So what do you got to lose? Just try it. It's like 30 chair squats, 30 this, 30 dips, 30 on a chair. You can do this anywhere. This guy was selling this thing. And I'm like, but you got to try it.
Yeah.
What do you got to lose? Anything you do is better than nothing.
Yeah. And just to touch on that, I had a client, this is about a year ago, and she was pushing 400 pounds and, wanted to get stomach surgery with the band surgery and all
Yeah.
that, but they wouldn't do it because until she reached a certain weight.
Yeah,
Yeah, if it was
she got to be
100
healthy
pounds,
enough
right?
to withstand.
So I was
any
coaching
feat.
her through, and I said, she's like, I can't walk a mile. I said, fuck a mile. Walk to your mailbox and back. Walk a block and back. You know, small goals to get to the big goal. And she's still with us now. She's lost over 100 pounds.
I think that's huge because I was talking to her today, and I don't know where I read it or where I saw it, but supposedly, I don't know if it's January 20th or around that time. It's actually National Quit Day.
Yeah.
That's when, like, is it the 12th?
That's the second week. Yeah.
The second week, it's like National Quit Day. And it's the day where everyone basically, okay, they don't see what they're doing is working. It's too much work. It's too hard. And everybody knows that first week when you haven't worked out in forever, you're sore because you're doing all half the stuff wrong. You know,
Here's how this works out. Somebody says, I want to lose 20 pounds. I said, all right, you want to lose 20 pounds. We're going to cut that to 5. And somebody says, why 5? Because if you lose 2 pounds, you're still 18 away after 2 weeks. Okay. And you're like, man, I did all that work. But if I tell you 5 pounds and you lose 2 pounds to 2.5 in 2 weeks, you're halfway to your goal. Small goals. This big number you will reach because you will plateau halfway through this. But if I tell you 5 pounds and you lose 2, and I go, guess what? You're halfway to your goal. You're halfway.
Yeah.
What do I say to you, Jackie? You're running a marathon. You're halfway there. You're almost there. You can see the finish line. Okay.
Right.
Same thing. 20 pounds is a lot. But when I tell you 5 pounds, small goals, because that's attainable.
Well, you have to be
Small goals, small goals, small goals.
have to be attained.
Right.
yeah, and it's the
And next year,
mindset.
20 pounds down.
Yeah, it's the mindset thing, and that's what I was working with like recently, and that's when she was talking to me about it, and then I was just like, well, the weight's not coming on, but she's like, but baby, I can significantly see that you're smaller, you know, and it's like I think that's is a huge issue for a lot of people too, because they go and they do the work and they put it in, but the scale moves really slow, if at all, but they're not measuring. You know, they're not taking pictures to show the progress and see how their body is slowly progressing and getting smaller, getting stronger,
Well,
getting healthier. You know,
it has nothing to do with the number, though, right? Well, think about it. Muscle weighs more than fat does, right?
Right. So,
So as you're looking at that, I try to tell people stop looking at that thing every day.
Mm.
Do it once a week or once every 2 weeks. Record it. Start measure, like you said, measure your arms, measure your waist, measure your, you know, stop worrying about the number on that scale and worry about how you feel.
what do you look at the scale?
Yeah.
I get clients coming all the time. Oh my God, I haven't seen my relatives in so long, but they told me how good I look, or clothes fit differently, but the scale's not moving. That's because you're losing fat and gaining muscle. Muscle weighs 3 times. 2 same object, same size. The fat weighs 3 times more. They go, my clothes feel different. I feel different. Everybody's telling me how great I look, but Rick, the scale's not moving. Well, that means you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've coached a lot of clients and told them to just put the scale away.
Scale
Like for some people, it's not. For some people, they do well with measurement, and some people don't. And so you just have to determine what kind of person you are.
Right.
But that's kind of
You
what
know.
our program is here too, right? You don't just want to lose and lose and lose because at some point you lose the healthy weight too.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to lose that healthy weight, not just muscle weight, muscle mass, because then you end up looking terrible, even worse than you did before, right? It's like two
I
extremes.
think it's also because people have this depiction
not
of
healthy.
how they were. It's like, so say you're like this 40-year-old. I think sometimes they have in their mind they can look like that 20-year-old again, which you can. You're gonna kill yourself in the process,
You're gonna have to do the work.
but you're gonna have to do the work. And then also maybe at that age frame, that's not
You're not
the
supposed
way
to
your
look like
body's
that.
supposed to look.
Yeah.
Maybe you're supposed to look okay, in great shape. You're healthy. You go to the doctors, and your doctor says, "Hey, what you been doing? Your blood pressure's down." You know, I think those are the goals that people need to try to strive for and not and get out of their head of what they, because that was me for a little while. I always had like, I want to look like I did when I was 25. And I don't know if that's humanly possible again. You know, I can get close to it. But
But even then, like you'll
What's-
never look like you did when you're 25 because you're 50 now,
Yeah.
right? Your body changes.
I'll be 50 next year.
This year.
I got you.
But I think what
50 cent. 53.
Whoa! 53, baby. 53 last week. Last week, 53.
Turned 47.
53 last week.
Yeah.
listen,
And I'm getting ready to go for another world record here soon. So yeah.
Yeah. I think as you get older, one of my goals too is no medications.
Yeah.
Supplementation is okay. I want no like medication.
Yeah.
I want to go into the doctor's office and for them to say, okay, we don't want, we don't need to put you on anything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
know,
that's the ultimate.
That's my ultimate overall goal.
Yeah.
Is to get off any type of pharmaceutical Medicaid. I mean, the NAD is awesome. I think we all need that.
Yeah.
And
Well, you're talking
the
about
testosterone.
medications and supplements.
Exactly.
Difference, right?
For being a type 2, like
Right.
my metformin, I want to get off metformin
Yeah.
because I know what the long-term effects of metformin
Right.
is because of the research I know. So I want to get off that.
Yeah.
And I know in order to get off that, I need to get my A1C back down into the low fives.
Yeah.
And I'm getting there, and I'm excited about it, but at the same time, it's like I just don't want to have to take a medication.
Yeah. But that's the other thing we're talking about, right? Instant gratification compared to the long-term goal, right?
Yeah.
No one is going to get there like in 4 weeks,
No.
right? We spent how many years abusing ourselves, eating shit food, eating poison, basically, not exercising, stressing ourselves out, not sleeping right to get to where we're at. And then you think it's going to be gone in 3 months? Just doesn't work that way, right?
No.
I got people come in and they'll be like, hey, I need to lose 60 pounds. I'll be like, all right, I'll put you on a 7-month program.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we 40 to 50 pounds. They go, my daughter's getting married in 3 weeks. What the hell? I'm like, wait a minute. God. Can't I just pick some shit up, put it down a few times and lose some weight?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
3,500 calories is 1 pound. Let's go on the treadmill and see how long it takes you to burn 3,500 calories.
Yeah.
And they're 15 minutes later, like, I'm done. I'm like, yeah, you burned 12 calories. Let's do the math. Okay. So that's how much you need to burn.
Well, and that's part of setting the mindset, right? You can have the vision of where you want to be and you can have the thoughts and, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, blah, blah, blah. But until you actually decide that you're going to do it, you're going to, and you don't want to do it, man. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to wake up at 4:30. And when I first started doing this, I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning, going to the gym at 5. Right? I didn't want to do that shit. I wanted to sleep. But I did it, and it's listen to all these other people that have made transformations and what they had to do to dedicate themselves. It's a dedication. It's a commitment, and it's not easy. It's not easy, and it's hard. But at the end of the day, it's going to change your life, right?
Mindset.
Like what you were talking about, enjoying your money. Your health is your wealth, right? Not your money, right? What point is it to have all that money and you can't enjoy it because you're not healthy?
Yeah.
Or you'll be gone in 5 years. You won't be able to see your grandkids grow up, or your kids, or whatever your situation is.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to one of my clients, Jackie Dozier, Violetta from our class. She came in 6 months ago, couldn't do anything. But she didn't give up. I told her, keep coming. Guess what? She's in every single class. She's in the dance class. She's in the spinning class. She's in that class. She got 47 pounds in 6 months. I gave her a trophy yesterday. It says champion on it. She held it up she's on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And she posted out there and she killed it. I told her that. I wrote, you came in as a killing machine because that's exactly what you did.
Right.
You killed it. She didn't look back, think twice. She rolls that shit. She rides her bike to the gym. She comes in. She does not my class twice a week, and every other class that they have to offer. And if she's not, she's there doing weights or something every single day.
Yeah.
But when she first came in, she was scared to death, didn't know what to do. And I told her, I said, just anything you do is better than nothing. And she's down 47 pounds. And that was 2 weeks ago. She might even be down more than that now. I don't know. Maybe, but 47 pounds. That's a lot of weight for her to lose. And
She probably feels like a whole new person.
she does. You see her. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I gave her a little trophy yesterday. She's so happy, but she deserved it. That she didn't give up, doesn't give up, won't give up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think one of the things that I'm hearing between all three of you as you share is, you have all these stories of success. You have that moment of decision. You have these goal setting. But one thing that seems in each of your conversations is the importance of having someone else. Each of you have shared the importance of having this other support person who's, listening to those goals, helping you refocus your energy, helping you refocus those days where you're like, the scale's not moving. So talk about the importance of that, because if you're watching right now or listening on the podcast, you can work with these guys. Like all three of them are the support staff. The Men of Biotropics could be coaching you. And so, how important is that in keeping up with all the things that Pat brought up? You set these goals, you came into this new year. I would say it's not easy to continue on in that path if you're just completely by yourself.
It's not at all.
Well, we coach, we life coach, and for health, and that's what we do. And we're there to push you. Like, I get clients, I'll text, eat, eat. If you eat, get more of the sunshine. Are you eating? Like, that kind of shit. So, and that's the whole thing, because you have to push them. I always ask, what is your goal? Be careful what you tell me, because I work for you. You know that, Jackie.
I was gonna say, I agree. Be careful what you tell him.
Right. And these two are the same way. We're here for you, and you have to have somebody push you and help you to talk to. Because if not, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, sometimes somebody's significant other doesn't share the same goal as they do, and they're not interested or don't want to hear. They're like, "Oh, that's stupid," or "Oh, we ate this shit," or "Really?" Like, and they don't share the same goal in life.
I can relate to that totally. I mean, when she first pushed out and said she was going to run the first half marathon and all that was at a point where I was like, all right, I had just kind of given up and was just like, you do whatever you want.
If you run a marathon at 300 pounds, I will run next to you. I will run next to you.
But she had made a dedication, and she said, I'm going to do it without you, and, she pushed forward, and like every day she had made a commitment. Jackie was pushing every day. Whether I'd bring in junk, I was bringing in crazy stuff, and she would just be like, ignore it. She would just keep pushing. She would eat whatever she had in the fridge or whatever she had already designed to have for herself. And she really was by on her own for a little bit until I was actually at a point where it was like, you know what? I'm not helping the matter at all. And then I kind of helped joined in with her and kind of doing together. And now that we're both kind of focused and committed, she's there to help pull me back because I'm the one with the sweets problem. And and she'll
It's a shocking
You
information.
ain't the only one.
we kind of buffer off each other, and I think when it comes to some of these people in these relationships where it's hard, that spouse may be going through something, and it might take you being the one to push towards those goals and keep committed and show results and show that you have goals and show that you're committed to it. And your spouse might just look at you one day and be like, they may or may not, but some, like in my case, they may look and be like, damn.
I gotta just tell you though, when I started training Jackie, I heard how, you might not ran with her and all that kind of stuff, but how you had the ice machine and took care of her and rubbed her feet and
Listen,
and all this kind of stuff. So
trainer
you did help.
over
You're part
there.
of the team. I'm totally team Brian because I heard all the heartfelt shit you did.
No, that's true.
You might be big and stuff, but you have a heart.
I think what Jackie's talking about is just what do we bring to the table, right? What do we provide you with? What's our purpose as a health coach? And that's number one. It's motivation, but it's not just that. It's education. Right?
Yes.
There's a lot of things that people don't know, and
A whole bunch of stuff.
little tiny things that you can change. Like a lot of times when I talk to people the first time, I'm like, okay, tell me about what you do. Like, what's your routine? What do you, how do you sleep at night? What do you eat?
How much fluids do you
How
drink?
much are you exercising? How much water are you drinking?
How much,
Things like that.
simple stuff that
People
just-
don't think about. And when they do start, it's being able to motivate them and hold them accountable to keep working for their goal. And I love what I'm doing right now. I've been on, watching people come in to try to fix problems that have been there for a long time. And my goal now is to give people access and, you know, to knowledge and to help to prevent them from getting to that point. You know, that's what I want. Like you said, getting off the meds and all that stuff. That was my goal. My goal was when I realized I was so unhealthy. I went to the cardiologist and all these guys, and all of a sudden I was on 5 meds, like right away. Like, man, you are in bad shape. You know, my triglycerides were like 600. You know, yeah. And my heart rate, you know, my blood pressure was high.
Yeah.
All that, and that's when I made my mind up that I don't want to be on this shit.
Yeah.
You know, that was my motivating factor. Was like, you know what, man, I need to change everything I'm doing. So, you know,
Huge.
Yeah.
All right. So for everybody who now is watching this and they're ready, they've decided, like, what are your last parting words so that they all don't quit on the 12th? Is that what it is? So we're having this conversation on January 8th. And so,
The 12th is National Quitters Day. Yeah.
all right. So
Yeah,
if they listen to this podcast before the 12th, if you're listening to it after the 12th and you're still working out, we're so proud of you.
keep
So-
pushing. Keep pushing. Don't stop.
You know, ask questions. If you have a problem, call us. You might not be one of our clients yet, or never, but call us, ask us, text Jackie. We'll answer your questions. We're here to
Send a
help.
message.
Right, you got the forum up now, right? Biotropics Wellness.
Exactly.
You can drop a message in there. You can ask whatever you want. I know Jackie posts recipes and all kinds of stuff in there that you can, you know, and that's a forum. It's a free forum. You can ask whatever you want in there, and someone will answer you.
So find us on our Facebook group, the Biotropic Wellness Facebook group. Go to the biotropicswellness.com. It's biotropicswellness.com. You can take a quiz on there and find out what kind of services we provide that could help you in whatever you're struggling with. You can schedule a consult. You can talk to Pat. And so, you know,
Soon you'll be
we're
able to
available.
talk to Jackie too.
True story. True story. So we're available. So just find us, you know, and reach out because listen, these guys, it's what they want. Oh, in Shadow. Shadow wants to give love. All right. Last final words. What do you just pump them up here, folks? Let's keep them going. What do you got before we go?
Last final words.
Last final words.
I guess the last final
the
words
week.
are when you're feeling like you're getting frustrated because you're either plateaued or you're at a place where you're not doing well, find something to fix it. Don't just quit. You know, I think for me, on one of my plateaus when I was working out before, I was doing the same mundane workouts. I was doing the same things, and I just really wasn't progressing at all. But then I go and I said, you know what? I'm going to try training. You know, I've been working out for years. I mean, I thought I knew how to work out, but I went and I found a trainer. I found Rick, and Rick taught me about, you know, working out the proper way. And actually, the proper way with regards to not tearing myself body down so much with all the heavy lifting and all the other stuff and doing it in the right way. So when you hit a plateau or you feel like you're not focused or you feel like you're not hitting your goals, reach out. Whether it's to us, whether it's to someone, whether it's to a professional, reach out and say, I need help with this. And know that it's okay.
Absolutely.
Like it.
Yeah, I think, you know, make this year the year that you forget all the crap you've done and you educate yourself on how to do it correctly from here on out. That's my message to you. Don't, everything that you've done in the past, unless you've educated yourself already, we've all done it wrong. It's not the right way to do it. If you follow the, you know, the mainstream or whatever you want to call it, it's all wrong. The food we eat here, the exercise, is not right. So, you know, educate yourself and, you know, make 2025 a year that you live a healthy lifestyle, not just a diet, that you change your life.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to help you. You know, to make change, you do change. I mean, you got to come out of your comfort zone. You got to come out of your comfort zone and hire a trainer. And if they, I say that so freely, but hire a trainer, contact a trainer. I hate saying this. Look online for all the bullshit that these people but make sure you're looking at a reputable trainer. There's so many people out there that took a $49 class and they think they're a trainer and they're not. Okay. Look at some different things, try some different things. Anything you do is better than nothing, but do something. If you're not feeling it in 30 days, I got a challenge for everybody out there. 100 squats a day, 100 air squats a day. Watch. I don't care. 10 sets of 10, 100 sets of 1. I don't care how you do it. Watch your legs transform. 100 sets of push ups, 100 push ups a day. Watch your upper body transform. There's no boot. There's no weight room in the Marine Corps, but guess what? The average Marine gains 17 to 22 pounds of muscle in 3 months, 13 weeks. Why is that? Because they run and do push ups. They eat 3 square meals a day, high protein and high in complex carbs. And they build 17 to 22 pounds of muscle. Push ups, sit ups, and running. If it works for them, it'll work for you. I promise. Try it. 100 push ups, 100 sit ups a day, 100 push ups, or 100 squats, 100 push ups a day. Watch what happens to your body. It will transform. I promise you.
Yeah, I think just one more thing is, to get down to the most basic level, I think that everyone can do tomorrow or even right now. Take a look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, be honest with yourself. What am I doing on a daily basis that I can change right now that is going to improve my life? It's not that hard. You just have to be honest with yourself and you have to make the decision to do it. And that's it. Once you do that, and
And it clicks.
exactly, so we'll be here,
And
We're
stay
here to
tuned for
educate.
next week because we have
Oh yeah,
a special coming on next week.
Oh, we
You
got
want to hear
special.
this?
You'll want to hear this next week.
yeah.
We're gonna listen.
We're gonna
I
get into
personally
some,
really
we're gonna
looking
get into
forward
some
to
male
this.
issues next week
Yes.
that don't only affect males, but it affects their partners too.
Yes.
Affects
So if you
everyone.
have a partner, for you ladies out there who, wants to hear about specific male issues and things that us as males we kind of call taboo,
Embarrassing.
and don't want to talk about, well, we about to bring it to the forefront. And Men of Biotropics we're gonna let y'all know the deal.
We get freaky up in here. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Next week.
We will see you guys next week. And like I said, get your spouses on there. You can catch this replay on all the major platforms and on our podcast. And we love you guys. And we'll see you next week.
Happy New Year,
See you
everybody.
next week.
Happy New Year.